Hello everyone, this is a short video just to show you how to set up your Raspberry Pi system and start using the remote desktop. First thing we need to do is to do a registration in the RealVNC website, which is the application we're going to use to do the remote desktop. Now let's go to the website first. So open your laptop, start your browser. Okay, now let's go to the address bar of the browser. Type in realvnc.com. Enter. Okay, now you need to go to the top right corner of the browser. Click the sign in link. Okay, here in the email address, just use your personal email. For me, I will use this one. And then you have to pass the test to say that you're not a robot. Okay, then click next. Okay, now it will ask you for a password. Choose a password that you can remember. Make sure it meets all the criteria. Then you choose a name. And here, please be sure you select the personal use. Then you pick a country. Then you say I'm over 16. I have read all the agreements. Then you can click sign up. Now you should be able to see this screen on your browser. Take a look at the message showing up on the top part of the screen. This one is to say, as you are a new user, the website needs to verify your identity. So it has already sent in an email to the email address you used to register as a verification for your identity. So now you just need to go to the email address, go to the mailbox. For me, I used the Gmail, so I can click here. Yeah, you can see that it has already sent me the email message. Basically, you open this message, you click the verify email link, then your email is verified. You should be all set to start using the account. Sometimes if it takes too long for you to receive an email, sometimes if it takes too long for you to receive the identity verification email, usually it is because the system generated message ended up in the spam folder of your email box. So just go to your email, try to find the spam box. It's probably here, but for me that's not the case. I received it with no problem. But if you do have problem or took too long, just go to the spam box. It might be there. Now let's start setting up your Raspberry Pi system. So go get your system out of the box. First thing you need to do is to connect it to the monitor, a computer monitor that has a HDMI port. If you don't have a monitor, you can just use your home television. Typically, the television nowadays usually has a HDMI port, so there should be no problem. And the development kit that comes with a HDMI cord, that is actually a very good quality. You can just use that. So connect one end of the HDMI cord to your Raspberry Pi and connect the other end to your television. After you connect your Raspberry Pi system to your television, now you can go find the DC power cord that also comes along with the development kit and connect it to your Raspberry Pi system to power it up to get the system started booting up. The first time the system boots up usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes it's a little shorter, sometimes it's a little longer, but just to be patient. You can see the boot up sequence actually showing up on your television screen. Wait until you see a desktop screen that just looks like the same as I'm showing here. So what you can see here on the video is my Raspberry Pi system. I have already booted up, but for your system, this is what you are supposed to see once the system has successfully booted up. Now let's talk about how to get your Raspberry Pi system connected to the internet. So by looking at the screen of a Raspberry Pi, you probably notice that it is very much similar or very much like a normal computer/laptop system. That is correct because it is essentially a computer system, a full functional computer system. So now let's get it connected to the Wi-Fi signal and to internet. What you do now is to go to the right bottom corner of the screen. So find the Wi-Fi signal icon and click it. For me, I have already connected to my home Wi-Fi, but for your system, first time you need to pick the Wi-Fi signal that's available at your home and provide with the username and the password to get it connected. This step is just as all other devices that needs to be connected, so very similar, nothing is different. Once you get your system connected to the internet, the next thing you do is to start using the remote desktop. So now you need to go to the bottom part of the screen and identify the icon that shows VNC server. It's typically should be a blue one that has the letter VNC on it. Double click it. Now you should see a window showing up that has the title of VNC server. Then what you do is go to the top right corner, click the menu button, then click licensing, pick the first option, signing to your RealVNC account, then click next. Here, if you remember, we just did the registration with the website. Now you need to use the exactly same email address and the same password to log in. For me, it is this one and my password. Hope you can still remember it. Then you click sign in. Okay, here pay attention. Do not pick the commercial use. Do not pick the enterprise or professional subscription. Just use the home subscription. Otherwise, it will be charging you. So the home subscription for non-commercial purpose, it is free. So pick this one. Make sure you do pick this one. Then click next. And you can leave this one as a default. Then click apply. Okay, this is to say you don't have to enter password every time. So pick this one and pick close. Then you can click done. Now you have already logged in into your Raspberry Pi system with your RealVNC account and password. You should be able to start doing the remote desktop. Now your Raspberry Pi system is already ready. We still have one more step to do on your laptop. So switch back to your laptop and open the browser. Type in this address. So be careful, make sure you type in the correct address here in the address bar. Let me do a little bit of explanation about what we're trying to do here. So for you to do the remote desktop to the Raspberry Pi system, you need to get things ready on both sides. On the Raspberry Pi side, you need to start a server to accept the remote desktop request, and on your laptop side, you need to install the client application, the viewer, to send out the remote desktop request to the Raspberry Pi system. So we just did the work on the Raspberry Pi side. So now we need to install the application to view the remote desktop of the Raspberry Pi system. So now this is the time we install the client application on our laptop. On this page, you can find a lot of options to do the installation. They're all based on your system, whether your system is Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and Android, and iOS, so on and so forth. So I happen to be using the Linux system for this class. I picked this one, so I can download the application VNC viewer. If you are a Windows user, you need to pick this one. If you're a Mac OS user, you need to do this. They also have the option for iOS, the mobile app, and also for Android. But personally, I think using desktop version is much convenient than the mobile app version, because the mobile app screen just too small to easily read them. From here, the client application installation steps are not very much different from any others. You just download the file, run the file, and go through all the steps. It's very typical, it's easy, so I'm not going to get into too many details of this installation. This is a laptop software installation. You should have done it many times, should be easy enough to follow. Okay, at this moment, I will just assume you are able to successfully install the VNC viewer onto your laptop. So start running that program. Regardless it's Mac OS, Windows, or Linux, you should see a very similar Windows that shows up. It has the typical menus, and has an address bar, and has a sign-in button. So for us, if you are a first-time user, you probably need to do the sign-in first. So click that button. It will bring up a new dialog. Now here, you need to use the exact email address and the password that we just used to do the registration with the VNC website. So again, for me it is this one, and my password. Click sign in. Okay, for most of you, because you're first time user, that you log in from your laptop into the VNC viewer, most likely the system will need to verify your identity. So it does that by sending an email message to the email address you just registered. So take a look at the message here. By this time, we should have already received a message from the website to this email address. Then we need to go there to verify our identity. Now let's do that. Oh yeah, now it shows up. Welcome to VNC, and yeah, this is the one. This is the new sign-in verification. So it says at this time you're signing in from this operating system, and your location is here. So this is just to make sure you are the one that just logged in. Now we know that's the case, so we can just click the continue signing in. And then let's come back to this window. Then we still need to go back to the web page here to confirm. So you need to click the authorize sign in. Okay, now the signing has been authorized. Let's come back to the dialog. Yep, it's already successfully logged into the main screen. Okay, this is the main screen of your VNC viewer. You can see the name of your registration. And now let's go to the team space. This is the icon that basically represents your Raspberry Pi system that you just registered. Let's double click on it, see what happens. It is trying to connect to it. Okay, now this is time it's asked for ID and password to log into your Raspberry Pi system, the Linux Raspberry Pi system, the username and password. So for this class, we have a username of Pi and a password of BBE learning, all in lowercase. Remember, you select this password. Remember the password, so you don't have to enter the password and username again next time. Then select OK. Okay, by now, if you have done everything properly, you should be able to see this screen from your laptop, not from your TV set, but from your laptop, because now we're doing the remote desktop from laptop to your Raspberry Pi system. Now let's do quick settings to the remote desktop. So hover your mouse on the top of the screen. You should see this bar and click the option button and go to the options. For the picture quality, choose medium. From my experience, the medium quality is a good balance between speed and the quality of the screen. You click OK. Remember what I mentioned in the beginning of this video. Raspberry Pi system is essentially a full functional computer system that runs over Linux operating system. It has a lot of applications just similar to what we have on our laptop. Let's test a few to see if that's the case. Okay, let's go to the bottom left corner of the screen. Open the blue globe icon. This is the browser application. Okay, just for testing purpose, I'm typing in bbc.com in the address bar. Yep. Let's try google.com. Yeah, it does the work. So this is the browser. And also it has many programming language environment. For example, we have Scratch 2. It's the graphical interface programming for young kids. And we also have Python IDE. Well, what else do we have here? Yeah, we have Mathematica. This is the mathematical equation and the calculation tool. Games as well, Minecraft and Python games. So in short words, this small or tiny system has a lot of functionalities we can explore. For our purpose, we'll primarily using this programming language. This is called Node-RED. It's a graphical language for IoT. Let me show it so that you can have a sense about what it looks like. Yeah, this is the Node-RED programming language.